Watching sports and making money is something millions of Americans would love to be able to do. Daily fantasy football can help you do that. So today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to create a great lineup each week that can make you money and kind of tell you what daily fantasy football is. So first, I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to explain the matchups, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like you target the bad defenses, right? So I'm going to explain that's basically how you build your lineup. I'm going to talk a lot about personal bias cannot play a factor because in fantasy that doesn't work. I like the Packers, as you can see. I hate the Vikings, right? But sometimes it's necessary to take their players if you want to make money. And then how do you make money? So I'm going to talk about that last. So first of all, what is daily fantasy football? It's each week you pick 9 guys or 8 guys in one defense from NFL teams who you think will have the best statistics that week. Right, pretty simple. It doesn't matter who wins, doesn't matter who loses. You just want the best stats. This is the only time, obviously, you care about that. Right? If you're rooting for a team, you want them to win. You don't care about the stats. This is like the opposite of that. And is it legal? It is legal in most states. In Minnesota and Wisconsin, it is legal. So we're good there. There's been a lot of lawsuits about this lately, and New York actually passed a law saying it is illegal. The reason it isn't legal is because the states aren't making enough money off it, basically, is what they're fighting over. But it is legal here in Minnesota and Wisconsin, or in North Dakota, South Dakota, Illinois, legal, so we're fine around here. What makes a lineup? According to FanDuel.com, you have 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, a kicker, and then you pick one team's defense. And then each defense and each player has a salary. There's a salary cap, $60,000 is the salary in FanDuel. The best players, Aaron Rodgers, Julio Jones, they're going to be up near $10,000. The bad defenses, bad players are around $3,000. So you got to kind of balance it out. Sometimes it's about just getting value out of those bottom guys. Talk about that later. So how do you pick your team? You want to target bad teams. Who has the good matchups. So this week number 7, the bad teams. The San Francisco 49ers are bad. The Browns are bad. The Bears are bad. You're going to want to target Packers players. Yeah, I know they've been struggling, but they're playing the Bears. So you want to target Packers players, target Buccaneers players who play the 49ers, target Bengals players who play the Browns. So some guys there, Jeremy Hill running back, Aaron Rodgers obviously, right? So look in there. Obviously you have to have some knowledge about this. You can't just randomly play, but those are the best matchups to start off the week. And some really good defenses. The Vikings, right? I don't like the Vikings, but their defense this week, I like them because they're playing the Eagles, rookie quarterback, turn it over a lot. So I like the Vikings defense this week as well. And if you're just beginning, you can dive into the deepest stats there is. ESPN has just yards per play on first down when it's sunny out. Right? They got everything. If you're just starting, just look at who has overall bad defense. Like there's defensive rankings based on yardage. Look at who has the worst defense based off that. And that's a way to start if you're just getting into it. If you know a lot more about that, obviously you can look into deeper stats. Looking at stats does pay off. Just blindly playing stuff doesn't work as good, I've noticed, for me. So I said target Packers players this week. They played Thursday. So Aaron Rodgers had a good game. He had like 20-some fantasy points. Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb had huge games. So did Ty Montgomery. All receivers for the Packers. Now, I don't know if I would have picked all of them, but certainly one of them. Obviously, Jordy Nelson would have been somebody, too, who didn't have a good game. But picking receivers and quarterbacks on the same team is a good strategy because then you get double the points, essentially, when they score touchdowns and stuff. So that's what we do. Matchups. That's huge. You target the bad teams. That's basically what matchups are. In fantasy football, you don't care how teams do, right? You just care how those players do. So a team may be awful, like the Bears, like the Browns, but they might light up the stat sheet. The Jaguars, they're a great example. Very bad for a long time, but they have an offense that puts up a lot of points still. Every year they put up a ton of points, it seems like, and a lot of fantasy points. They lose every week, but fantasy football, you don't care about that. So, and that's where personal bias cannot come into play. I like the Packers, right? I love the Packers. I don't want to be picking Vikings players, but like this week, the Vikings played the Eagles. Their defense probably will put up 20 points again, right? I'm going to take the Vikings defense because I want to win money, right? So how do you make money doing this? Well, you just got to finish. There's 100 people in the games. You got to finish better than 50 of them, and you cash out. So if you pay $20, you make. If you pay $10, you make 18. 20, it's like you make $18 total. So you make 48, or you make 38. You get 20 back plus 38. So you can make money in this, and it's not too difficult. All right. So you basically want to target bad teams, exploit matchups. Make sure your personal bias does not play a factor. And in the end, you can make money off something you love to do, right? It's not that difficult. Try it a couple weeks. You will make money eventually, right? That's why you don't want to start out betting a lot. So try fantasy football. Make money doing something that millions of Americans love to do.